What is up, guys? It's your boy No Risk and No Premium back with another episode of the Market Overview, guys. Today was a tough day. It's a big range day again, as far as how many points we're putting cumulative, and made trading a lot tougher this afternoon with seeing, pretty much this 10-point range in ES the remainder of the afternoon, and just barely ticking below the previous day low. So making this a little bit tougher of a trading day altogether. But well, the plan is pretty apparent for tomorrow, pretty straightforward, which makes me a little bit happier. But we can see this selling momentum on decreasing volume and slowing, right? We took, 5250 down to about, 5100, 150 points in 2 days. And then from there, we've had just the hardest time going another about 50 points, right, to the downside. So it just shows that the sellers are in control, but not as control as they were up from a little bit higher, which makes sense because it's just into this demand zone down here. So we'll see tomorrow. But let's see what we got for the economic data front. I don't see anything really going on tomorrow. And I always like to cross check it here, but you can see you just have somebody speaking at 10:30. Doesn't look like anything going on, which is a little unusual. Usually there's a little bit of something of data going on. So we'll see what happens as far as economic data. Just check it in the morning just to double check. Looking here at the ES chart here now, pretty straightforward. If we lose 50-40, right? If we lose 50-40, I'm definitely not going to be interested in looking at the long-sided trade here. I'll be looking at the put side. I would like to say a break and back test and hold intraday, right? Break down, back test and hold intraday. And then moving all the way down to about 49.50, 49.30. This zone down here is the next zone I'm only interested in longing. It's going to be, oh, come on, you're going to do this to me. Oh, there it is. This is the only area I'm interested in longing now, unless if we gap down somewhere down here, I'll look to long this directly. But looking for unless we hold this area overnight, which is 50, 40-ish, if we hold it all night, maybe gap up a little bit, we got dips into the zone that hold, then can look at the long-sided trade, but really looking for the breakdown and retest for us to go lower. Okay. Cool. Looking at NQ here, right down to our 740. We knew how big this level is. We see where we bounced here last time. Pretty much why we're bouncing here this time here as well. NQ looks a little bit stronger of a sell than ES is as far as these candlesticks on the daily. Okay. But looking at the 740 to hold, I favor 17,200 though. I favor this area down here for a long trade. So I might just remain patient for a true long trade down here at 17,000. For 17,200. But 740, you can watch this area. We've bounced back here last time. So 17,400 to about I call it 750. Look at this little zone in here for tomorrow. Right, we could easily see. We could just see buyers just drove this thing up and went to highs. So I'll be watching it here, but I favor 17,200 should we get down there. Looking at the SPY guy. Sorry. SPY guy is just not wanting to fill that gap, or they are just not wanting to make it easy, but plugging away at this gap here for now. But redraw it because the gap has now become a little bit smaller. But for me, you guys can see this, we had pretty much 520 to about 500 in 2 days, right? And then now it's been, 5 points in 3 days, pretty much. It's just inching this thing slower, call it mechanical. So I don't think it's true panic selling or anything. It's just market's ready to pull back. People are taking profits. Look at major demand. So looking at this 497 gap fill bounce. Okay, but I favor 490. Gonna favor this 490 to about 492 zone in here should we be able to get down there. this little zone right here. So we'll watch this on the open tomorrow. No idea how this is going to play out, right? If we gap down, I have no idea. But if we break below, okay, we have to get below this 497, 20-ish. That opens up about 7 points of downside, which I would be excited about though. So break and hold over 497. Good. If we hold this and micro dip again, you're gonna have to buy the dip, even though it's been scary as hell to do so. But I favor 490. Might just be waiting tomorrow to see if we can break that so we can long from much lower, should we need to. QQQ here now. QQ, same thing. 421. 421, I'm gonna favor. 421, I'm gonna favor for the bounce. You guys can see a little bit more of a steeper selling momentum here for sure. But nonetheless, I am gonna be watching this 421. And there's the gap to fill down here, 413. I favor 413 though. I favor 413 for a longer dated swing back to the upside, because just looking at how big the previous double top before we broke out, this is where we're going to be back testing here down at 415-ish, and there's a small gap to fill there as well, right? But 421 tomorrow, let's take an eye there. Let's keep our eye there on 421. And we have IWM inching down towards our 188 to 190, 200-day moving average bounce. Just going to be watching that area for tomorrow. Hopefully we can make it on down there if we can. You guys can just zoom out and look left and see that we've had a very nice bounces in this area so far. So gonna think buyers defend these areas, right? And I'll be looking at the long side of trade there on IWM. You saw today could not get back to that 196. Okay. At 196, but looking at 188 to 190 tomorrow for some longer dated calls here back to the upside on IWM. Guys, that's all I got for you. You got to wake up early, get your levels right, and of course, not do anything fucking stupid. See you bright and early. Peace.